Guys, today marks a very drastic change in the terms of Montel Gordon, my brand, the value that I'm bringing to you guys, because this is going to be one of the very last videos I ever make on this channel. There's basically just me sitting down with a camera and just going off the dome. Next, what I'm kind of like thinking about doing is, number one, I'm upgrading my setup. As you can see, I'm in a completely different location here. The lighting is not great, by the way. I am just literally just sat here in my living room. But guys, we are living in a crazy time, right? And I want to take this content production to the next level for you guys. I really want to be known on the internet. Like, if I really want to think about what my legacy is, like going forwards, I want to be known on the internet for being that guy you go to help you turn your passions into some sort of business online. That's genuinely what I've been sitting down thinking about bringing to you guys, because honestly, I think that's the greatest way to get to like 5 to 10K and above per month, right? Let me give you an example. I have a student called Calvin. Calvin, if you're watching this, honestly, shout out to you, my bro. You're kind of starting to see, you become awakened, as they say. By the way, my event's tomorrow if you're watching this on the Saturday. But long story short, he's become awakened to the fact that you can actually turn your passions or your previous struggles that you've been able to overcome into a business itself. Let me give you an example. This guy, Calvin, one of my students in the program, I'm not plugging a program, by the way, but this is just a real life case study. He decided he wanted to kind of like start a social media marketing agency. And I said, okay, cool, that's cool and all, don't get me wrong, but every Tom, Dick and Harry on the internet is trying to build some sort of marketing agency, right? So I said to him, think about the Calvin that you were 3, 4, 5 years ago. What have you changed in your life since then? And he talked about how he used to smoke a lot of weed and how that weed would like drag him down, bog him down and stuff like that. So he went and kind of like created a YouTube video. He's first of all, putting out his first YouTube video obviously was very scary for him. He didn't really know what to talk about, all that crazy stuff. And I just said, look, take your life experience that you've actually been through like 4 or 5 years ago and talk about what you've actually improved in your life. This guy went and created a video on how he overcame his weed addiction. His very first video got like 700-ish views in the very first day or something crazy like that. So Calvin, honestly, shout out to you, because you're learning and you're starting to see that you can actually, instead of doing the whole same thing where it's like you're trying to pretend you know Facebook ads and try go out there and get a media buyer and then you kind of like try run ads for like people and whatnot, and you don't really care about the business. You're only really in it if you because you actually want to make money. But he's been able to take something that he was genuinely passionate about and something that's actually changed his life as a person, as a man, as a human being on the planet. And he's put his first video out there talking about his weed addiction. And funnily enough, I've actually got a channel up right here. So hopefully you guys can kind of see this, but this is just a channel. By the way, I'm not affiliated with this guy in any way, shape or form, but he talks all about weed addiction. So what I'm kind of trying to bring to light with this particular video, guys, is that getting to 5 to 10K per month, honestly, is more simple than you think. And you can actually turn your passions and your previous experience, life experience, and where you were before into a business. You don't have to start a whole friggin' social media marketing agency. And I know you've been inundated by people, including myself, talking about SMA, because honestly, it genuinely is a great business model if you want to get started. But I've also found that there's a new king on the horizon that's not really gonna get saturated like SMA kind of has, to be honest with you. Like, Imagaji honestly just killed SMA. You know when something's kind of getting oversaturated? When your friggin' neighbor talk to you about SMA. I'm not even joking. My literal neighbor was talking to me about SMA. I walked into a bar the other day, sports bar. A friend of mine actually came up and he's literally just not business savvy in any way, shape or form. And he was like, do you think I should start SMA? And I'm like, oh my God, here we go again with this conversation I've had. Here we go again with another dude looking to start the whole SMA thing. Honestly, it's just like it's like they say with crypto. If your friend knows about this crypto coin, the chances are it's probably already too late. It's a general saying. I'm not saying that SMA is completely oversaturated or anything like that. I'm trying to sell you a new method. It's just genuinely like, if you see everybody online who's a content creator, they've got some sort of info product in the background, some sort of digital product they're selling, whether that's an ebook, whether that's, let's say your passions are photography. Maybe that's a program on doing photography or setting certain camera settings, or maybe I've even seen people sell LUTs. A LUT is basically like a filter that you can put on a YouTube video or videos in general that make your kind of like content go from looking like this to looking like this. So basically that's a LUT I just applied. It's almost like a filter for your actual YouTube videos. So I've seen people sell those in packs and actually make an income from that. And I honestly just want to break down some of the mathematics behind this guy, because it's not that difficult. All you need, honestly, to get to like 10K per month is one person per day buying a program from you or some sort of digital product from you for $320 per day. That's all you need. Let's say, right, and this is just random, your passions are overcoming video game addictions, right? Let's say that that was your old passion. You was addicted to video games, you really love video games, and you was able to overcome that video game addiction and actually change your life. Or alcohol addiction or corn addiction, if you guys know what I'm saying there. I don't want to get, channel strike or demonetization. But let's say those are the things that you're passionate about, helping other people overcome those addictions. I think a business like this will have so much more social impact and just a more positive impact in the world if you would just go run ads for an e-commerce brand selling men's t-shirts. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I've genuinely seen that personal brands are the things that actually move societies. For example, like, look at all of us. We've all heard of like Sam Ovens, Iman Gaji, Alex Hormozi's. Look how many lives they've been able to change through their content. Even my content, I've had people tell me they were about to unalive themselves. I don't want to say that, the actual word on YouTube, but they was able to kind of like overcome that hardship in their life because I gave them some sort of inspiration from one of my videos, which honestly is insane. You just will never get that sort of level of fulfillment if it was running Facebook ads for an e-commerce brand that's selling like men's t-shirts or men's skincare products. You know what I mean? It's just not the same social impact and leaving that legacy. So I found that building kind of like a business around what you're passionate about, I call it the principle of Ikigai. Ikigai is like what you're passionate about, what you love doing, what the world actually needs, and what you can get paid for, all combined into like a nice Venn diagram almost. And it's like the centerpiece of the Venn diagram. If you can figure that out, which is actually not too difficult. For example, if you used to have a really bad phone addiction, you can create a whole program or even some lower ticket digital products around overcoming that addiction. And all you realistically need, guys, is one person per day enrolling into your program at like $300. Even if you just start super small at $300 for a one-off program that's like a 5-week program, breaking down mindset, breaking down how to overcome addiction. And here's the craziest thing as well. When you're first starting this out, you probably won't have a lot of knowledge. But what you can actually do is start riding on other people's knowledge. And what I mean by that is you can go out there and pick up pretty much every single book you can find on how to overcome addiction, productivity books. If you just literally sat down and read like a book a week, if you did that for like 3 to like 5-ish months, just read a book a week and watch a whole bunch of YouTube videos on just productivity and breaking bad habits and overcoming like addictions and stuff like that, you probably would know, and I'm not even saying this just because it sounds cool, you would probably know more than 95% of the entire population on that particular topic and would be able to warrant and charge people, especially if you grow an audience as you're learning. By the way, that's the greatest thing about personal brands. You don't even need to start as an expert. You can start at literal zero. In fact, think about every one of the people that you follow. Like if you follow me, which chances are you are, if you're watching this, I started with 0 experience. Never worked a job in my life, never saw anything before in my life besides friggin' sweets at school. Except for the whole dropshipping thing that I tried, nothing really worked for me. And I had no experience when I built my personal brand, no money, no nothing. And I was able to build that up. Take a look at somebody like Iman Gaji. He actually started off, funnily enough, a lot of people forget this, but Iman Gaji's very first program wasn't actually on SMA. It was actually a program teaching how he built himself a personal brand. I'm not joking, like his very, 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 very first program that he ever dropped was a program on how to build a personal brand. And my guess is that he took a lot of that money that he made from that particular program. I think he made like 27K in his first day or something like that when he dropped his first program, which is crazy, by the way. Very first program, first day or whatever it was, his release. My guess is that he took that particular program and he leveraged the money that he made from that program, used that money as ads for his advertising agency to get clients for his advertising agency, built an advertising agency, and then sold you guys a program on how to build an advertising agency. An absolute genius move. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying that, like, yo, this guy literally used to make videos on how he was getting clients and he was like running ads and through his personal brand.
I've been spending all morning optimizing the lead generation funnel for IG Media. It's one of the funnels I run. It's based mainly off of giving away a free audit. And I thought it'd be a really cool opportunity just to kind of discuss my mentality when going about getting new clients and really how I managed to automate it so that I never have to do any cold calls, any cold emails. And getting clients really at this point is more about making sure that I can deliver a quality service and I can scale rather than worrying where the next retainer is going to come from.
And then you guys all bought his program and started doing cold outreach and cold calls and stuff like that, and you was like, oh my god, my agency is not really growing. And it's like, yeah, because this dude's literally running ads, and he's got that money from his personal brand that he's running ads, Facebook ads, to literally get clients through his personal brand. There's literal videos on his channel showing how he's running ads.
So what you have is you have paid traffic. Now paid traffic is coming in from Facebook, Instagram stories. Now this paid traffic comes into a squeeze page. Let me go ahead and show you guys what the squeeze page looks like now.
Quite literally. And my guess is that if I had to warrant a guess, he probably got a lot of that income and a lot of money that he was using for his ads to get clients through his agency came from his personal brand. So his personal brand supplied the actual money. Now that's just a guess, but that's a genius move if he actually did that. So honestly, guys, you can build your brand around your passions. And if you even don't want to be one of those guys that sells information online because it feels icky, I'm here to tell you that like selling a service is the exact same thing as selling information. I'm not joking. I've actually even found it, and this is a phenomenon that you're gonna go through maybe 4 or 5 years down the line, but I'm trying to make that shorter and bring it to you in this video. I'm telling you right now, you will probably get people better results. I'm not joking. A lot of people have noticed this as well. You'll probably get better results by teaching the thing to the person instead of doing the thing for them. It's almost like, imagine you are very good at driving cars and you drive everybody around. Well, the person you're driving around is never gonna learn how to drive themselves. You know what I mean? So it's like when you leave, they're gonna be like, oh shit, I still don't know how to drive. I need to know how to drive this car so I can get around. Well, if you was just to teach them how to drive the frigging car themselves, they'll be able to travel around. This is how humans have evolved, by the way. The one thing that separates us from like the great apes and other animals, and why we're able to accomplish such amazing stuff like fly rockets into friggin' outer space and land on the moon, and now we're trying to go to Mars and all that crazy stuff, is because humans learn from other humans. We teach each other things, and we're able to stand upon the shoulders of giants. Like even just speaking language, English, the language you're speaking, or just things that you've learned, how to write, how to read, how to walk, how to talk, how to drive a bike, how to ride a bike, how to drive a car. It's all being passed on to you. It's all knowledge that's being passed on to you. It's not things that are being done for you. Imagine if you didn't know how to speak and somebody had to speak for you. How much results would you get if that person left? You'd get nothing. It's the same thing with services and teaching. So I've actually found a greater increase in student results or client results when you teach from what you call first principles. Like understanding why a Facebook ad works, understanding what copy works from this particular thing will probably be better than, and you'll probably get better results for your client if you gave them that instead of just doing the Facebook ads for them. The reason for that is because you've actually made them understand how to run their own advertising themselves. And because they will always know their own business better than you, no matter how good you are as an agency, they'll always get better results if they're armed with the right knowledge and the right way of thinking. So think about going from, if you're an agency right now, offering some sort of coaching, consulting on the side. And I know it's scary, and I know that you don't think you're ready for it, but that's absolutely BS, guys. In fact, I've even seen that, and I've had a student that's done this, where they've tried to close a client on a monthly retainer for Facebook ads, and the client's just straight up said to them, look, I like what you're saying, but we don't want to pay for a monthly retainer. We'd rather just pay you one fee for you to just teach us what you're basically going to give us in the monthly service. And obviously, we'll pay you more, but we just want, I'm not even joking, they actually said this to him. And this was his very, very first client that he was just about to close, and they ended up deciding that they don't actually want to work with him on a monthly retainer because they don't want to pay the expensive monthly retainer. People would rather just buy the information, be able to run the ads themselves. So guys, crazy little off-winded video. I'm actually going to go set up a brand new desk setup. I just wanted to bring you along with some of the thoughts I have in my head. So that's a long-winded story, guys, and again, this is probably going to be one of my last ever videos of me just being off the cuff talking to you guys. I don't know if I should start a secondary channel, by the way, and just have like my thoughts on one channel, maybe this channel, and then my other channels maybe like the Netflix style, like one video a week. It's only gonna be like one video a week, but they're gonna be like extremely high quality. It's gonna be like well researched, all scripted, all that crazy stuff. I know that you guys actually like that sort of style. While I'm looking at the numbers, and obviously you can see that people are blowing up making those types of videos. I just feel like it doesn't feel that authentic. You know what I mean? It's not like, it don't feel real. Like this is just me sat down thinking about my thoughts, telling you guys, look, if you're looking to start some sort of business online, I genuinely think building an audience and then actually changing people's life with a transformation that you've gone through yourself is probably the best business model you can ever get into. For example, if you used to suck at sales and you work a sales job now and you're one of the fastest employees to grow in that company, or you're actually just genuinely decent at sales, you can teach other people your sales strategies and how you was able to do that. You can even teach people how to get a certain job in a certain industry. I've even seen people do that. I've seen people get good at writing code and then open their own Discord channels or own like little communities, and they sell some sort of product or coaching around how to actually start coding. It's an amazing world we're living in, guys. Like how to leverage cameras, how to use cameras properly, how to do sound engineering, audio and stuff like that, how to write code, how to build websites, how to dress appropriately or even speak clearly on the internet. I've seen so many of these different business models that people have, you know, actually decided to start. I've even seen examples of like 13 to 15-year-old kids, like literal kids, still in school, that have created videos around productivity and revising for their exams, and then they've gone on to sell a program, a low ticket program at like $200 or whatever it is, on how to be productive when you're revising. Guys, anybody can do that. You don't have to be an expert. There's literal people out there that sell programs on how to pass English, your English exams. I'm not joking. There are people out there that sell programs on how to become like how to pass the dental entrance exams. I'm not joking. There's literal people out there. Ali Abdaal, in fact, if you Google Ali Abdaal, he's a YouTuber. He actually started a program teaching people how to pass the BMAT exams, the entrance exams for becoming a doctor. So he create a program on like productivity, revision, focus, deep work, how to revise, how to not get distracted, all that sort of stuff. Sold that as a program at £99. That's how he built his personal brand, quite literally.
Ali Abdaal, at the age of 29 years old, born in Pakistan, now makes around $4.6 million a year selling info products and coaching on YouTube. This guy starts a YouTube channel, talks about productivity and becoming a doctor, and he makes more money by talking about productivity and becoming a doctor than if he ever would being a doctor. How insane is it that we're living in a time like this? This guy literally makes, if you want to break that down, $4.6 million a year. It works out to be about 383 grand a month, which over in the UK is about 305k a month, which honestly is absolutely insane. Not only is it insane, but it's much more passive, much more profitable.
And it doesn't take you to be an expert at that. This dude was literally not even a doctor at that point at all. So guys, I just want you guys to start thinking outside the box, which is crazy because I'm about to go unbox a brand new monitor right now. I'll show you guys in a second, and I'll show you the new setup. But this is kind of like a new setup, maybe a new angle for the YouTube channel, obviously when the lightings come and all that crazy stuff. But this is kind of just like where I'm at right now on the computer, sat chilling. Forgive the mess, I've got like a load of Amazon kind of like deliveries, but let's take you around so forgive the mess, guys. Let me take you around real quick and just show you the last couple seconds of me building out this setup. So before this video gets a little bit too long, I just want to show you around kind of like what I've done. I've moved the sofa from that back wall and moved it forward a bit, so now it's like a floating sofa in the middle. There's the monitor in the background there, that's 49 inches, by the way. It's friggin' huge, and that's just like a temporary desk I've been working on, just real quick. And then there's the coffee table, there's the new table. Forgive my shoes, by the way. There's my whiteboard, all the metrics, cost per lead metrics. Coming into here, we have the actual setup. This, by the way, is obviously a 27-inch monitor. I'm gonna put this monitor on this particular desk, maybe, unless it blocks my actual camera view. Then we're upgrading that light, upgrading this camera, upgrading the lens, and then we've got this bad boy right here. They actually stopped. I specifically bought a 6-year-old monitor. Let me explain why. This particular monitor right here is no longer in production from LG. It's the 34-inch 5K 2K display. So this is the desk setup itself, guys, what it looks like right now. Again, my 49-inch monitor used to be on here, but I took it down and put it in the other room. And then this monitor here is going to be my main workstation, doing the absolute just beastie stuff. I needed those pixels, as you can see, 5K 2K display as they call it. But this particular monitor is kind of like one of the only monitors that's 34 inches, that's flat, that's also 5K 2K display. It's probably the only monitor on the market. And by the way, I wanted a flat monitor. This is what the monitor actually looks like. I'll just kind of bring this here, and as you can see, this is extremely clean. Like the setup is so much cleaner, there's so much less clutter on here. I do want to change these to black, get this in black as well. And then we've got my full kind of like setup. That probably will get moved as well to somewhere over in that corner, just so that I have a completely just like distraction free desk. Super clean, nothing to distract me, not even a webcam or anything like this on this one, and then just go straight to work. Whenever I want to take calls, I'll go into the other room on the big monitor. But yeah, this honestly, guys, my dream setup. Super clean and super distraction free. Guys, don't forget to click the link down in the description, because I do have an event coming up, which is basically a training on how I made over $1 million online in my 20s by building a small personal brand and monetizing it by turning my knowledge and kind of like passions into profit, and how you can copy me even if you're not an expert, don't have a big audience online, and you don't even know what you would sell. Again, this is dropping Sunday, so tomorrow, the 10th of December 2023 at 2 p.m. EST time. I'll see you guys there. You can go check out the page if you want to know what we're talking about. Link is in the description. And the first 25 people that pull up are actually going to get a special couple of bonuses and $250. A lucky person's going to win $250. So guys, peace.